And a good Sunday morning. Probably some of you have already seen the new video on the new program, either on YouTube or on Facebook. And if you haven't seen the video, I will definitely urge you to see it. I'll make sure that the link is posted down below. But I wanted to do this quick recording because Ned, in one of our Skype groups, was asking me, is this program for the VIP? And I said it's a modified version of VIP Turbo. And he said, okay, great. I said, follow it in the VIP Turbo Skype group, which we have adopted for it. There is currently 373 people in there. I assume there is still space for some people more. So I want to scroll back up for the conversation with Ned, because it will answer some of your questions and begin to give you some insight into what's coming. So I asked Ned, how much do you think a fully managed program with all the advertising included is worth? And he responded very wisely. He said, I have a friend who pays $5,000 per month for his advertising program, so I know it's worth that or more. And I told him immediately, I said, I'm glad to hear this, to hear you respond with this truth and fact-based logic, not based on the money that somebody believes they have in their pocket. No, that they look at what is this program capable of. I said, I'm sure that your friend is only willing to pay that $5,000 per month because he is getting results which allow him to see profit for that invest, right? He says, yes, sir, you're definitely right. I completely understand, says Ned, what you've been saying. That's why I've been waiting patiently, because I learned over the years it pays to be patient. Now, those are words of wisdom. I know your system. You're awesome and unique, and I want to be part of it. So I will definitely look into this program, because even myself is guilty of not knowing how to properly market on the internet. I always fail. Now, I'm sure that many of you can identify with Ned. I said, there is no shame in admitting that, Ned. In fact, there is an incredible wisdom and value in being able to recognize that and even publicly admit that, or here in front of a bunch of people. And that is the reason why I've designed the program. Instead of just one person being able to benefit from the professional talent of marketing, we have constructed it in a way that we, as a total team, as a sort of a family, a business family, can all benefit from true marketing talent. Instead of one person being a good marketer and just using it for himself. I also added, I said, I quickly learned that teaching marketing is not the solution. I mean, let's face it. Is there enough marketing teaching videos out there? Is there enough marketing teaching books or seminars out there? But I said, much as teaching brain surgery will not turn everyone into a good brain surgeon. Too many programs still hope that by teaching marketing that they will turn people into marketers. The reality shows that it does not work. Here is some numbers. 1 in 10,000 people is a good salesperson. Only 1 in 100,000 people is a beginner marketer. Only 1 in a million is a really good and effective marketer. So in the new revised program, we're all co-oping with a team of exceptional marketers. Now, underneath, we can successfully and mathematically do this because of our exceptional compensation plan. The mathematical reality of our unique compensation plan is that every person only needs 5 people. If we didn't have such a exceptional compensation plan, we couldn't do this because we'd have to get too many people. So we don't need 50 people or 500 people or thousands of people underneath you, as in many programs you do. Only 5 makes the algorithms of our unique compensation plan spit out huge income. In the next few days, we will do a test run of an empty database based on only 5 who each get 5. And I already know that the numbers will be shocking. Actually, a year ago, I did a test database, and the numbers were so overwhelming, I was even afraid to publish them because people wouldn't believe it. But anyways, we don't need to be afraid to shock somebody with good quality, right? So with our pooled advertising, we will make sure that every member will get his or her 5 members. And that is not just 5 spots, because if it was 5 spots, you could buy them yourself, right? No, it's 5 spots that we, as the program coordinator, will fill with another 5 new members, and the same kind of members, the members that are willing to pay us, to pay for advertising, to pay for our team leaders, to go recruit another 5. Essentially, and this is, I guess, a good sort of give it in a nutshell, we're turning the program into one huge advertising co-op. Makes sense, right? And that response, yes, it makes a lot of sense. I am excited now, and I look forward into getting this going. I really appreciate you sharing your knowledge. I was always taught that knowledge, power, and pay attention to the opportunity, so I'm all ears open, and I will definitely look at the presentation. Thank you, Dr. Leven. I said, you're very welcome, Ned. And I showed them a screenshot which I had taken of a tiny little ad campaign. 572 people had been reached by Facebook. 54 of them had viewed the video already. And we're talking about €2.92 spent in the United Kingdom and the United States. So just as an example, I said, here is a tiny little example of how targeted advertising gives us a huge exposure onto the market. Here I've only spent €2.92, and yet we have been able to make the video appear on 572 people's Facebook's wall, and 54 of them have been viewing the video. So effective marketing is like running a research laboratory, and it needs to be done that way. It's spending money, that's easy. Carefully monitoring, watching the results of the advertising, that is what needs to be done. We must monitor every response, every reaction, and every result. Only then do we know where and how our money is well spent. And we know it's called scientific advertising. And if you haven't seen scientific advertising by Claude Hopkins, please, I'll include that link down below too. We have it in VIP. We've had it there as teaching or coaching material, but most people haven't bothered to take a look at that. So scientific advertising is the only kind to do. We need to know what it's doing. And Ned responds enthusiastically, whoa, none of my friends are getting that type of results. That is impressive. And this is just initial teasing. We will refine this and fine-tune this over the weeks ahead, much more, even more. I said, even me, Ned, with a huge contact base, can only reach a few hundred people. And it's a lot of work to do it. Doing your posts on Skype or posts on Facebook, etc. But with Facebook, YouTube, Google, and all the other advertising channels, it's only a push of a button. and to let the interested people flow in by the thousands. And there is truly no limit to how many people we can expose this to. Nobody in the world, no company, not even the biggest corporation has been able to saturate the public of the current marketing channels. This system will be starting soon, is what Ned is asking, or like you said, are you still doing data testing? And I respond to that in a second. I said before I responded via the big media, we will be showing our program to millions of people with our marketing funnel, and the marketing funnel will be filtering these people, all run purely by software. We won't need to be there with people to do that. We have sophisticated and very high-end quality filtering psychology and systems behind this, so that we only get the high-quality candidates, and only those selected candidates are the people that our sales team will do the follow-up with. Our sales team doesn't want to do cold calling. They want to speak to people who are interested. In response to what Ned was asking, are you still testing? I said we're testing always. I've been for the past year, I actually added for the past 20 years. Everybody knows what kind of a mad researcher I am. But the program is just about ready to be made available to a small group of founders. He says, okay, yes, I'm excited. I'll be waiting patiently and looking forward to be part of this awesome program. I definitely need a system like that. I want to succeed, doctor. This is so important that I'm so glad for Ned that I want to succeed. You know, I guess it won't work. You know, no, I want to succeed. I want to finally have a program that I can do and have success in and make money, and not just that, but be part of a team and succeed with other people. So many people have been ripped off, oh God, tell me about it, Ned, and taken advantage of, and I'm one of them. I've been looking forward for a long time. I said, excellent. And your patience and your relentless willingness to search and observe will finally pay off. The key is that you've not given up, and that you're driven by a strong desire to succeed. That, my friend, is the key. Our system works, and, as the video explains well, the system needs money to fuel its advertising. It's in the same way that a car needs gasoline to drive. That is the reason why we cannot make the program cheap. You know, if we sold the program for $100 or even for $500, you know, it would be it wouldn't have enough fuel in it to do its job. In fact, the fully loaded version will be priced around $24,095, which includes, let me scroll this up. In fact, the fully loaded version will be priced around $24,995, which includes over $22,000 of targeted ad campaign. Do you see the proportion? A little bit goes, a fair compensation goes to the sales staff. Whoever closes the sale is getting naturally a good commission on this, but the majority, the overall majority, goes towards advertising. However, for the founders, and these are the people that are going to jump on board here very soon, we're going to keep this limited. I have no desire to sign up 100,000 people. This is for a small group. We will provide a leasing pay plan for as little as $500 a month. Now, you need to put this in perspective when we say $24,995. People are buying new cars and spending $25,000 and a whole lot more, $50,000, $75,000. Or even more, day in, day out. Yet none of these people are able to purchase a car that generates them profit 24 hours per day, 7 days a week. Just imagine for a moment if Tesla or Lexus or Mercedes or Jaguar were able to manufacture a car that would produce $150,000 per year for its client. It would become the most sought after secret money machine in the world, and many people would even want to buy 5 or 10 or more of those. I would be. Well, guess what? We have created such a vehicle. He says, that's great. I will start preparing myself. So when the system is ready, I want to get it. Like I said, I have a friend who mines and is paying $5,000 monthly. It wasn't explained to me like you're explaining this system. I will be willing to pay $500 monthly to get those kind of results. Again, thank you for your update. I said, you're welcome, Ned. Make sure you're in the Skype group. So I'll make sure that these links are underneath there too. Join us on Skype. Make sure you're in the Skype room. And also Facebook. I've set up a Facebook group specifically for this, my virtual franchise, and the link will be available there too. And watch that video and possibly watch it a few times. Quite a few hours of work have gone into that to define the key unique selling points. Net response, yes sir, I'll make sure of it. Again, thank you. Enjoy a great Sunday. And thank you, you too, says Ned. So thank you, Ned, for inspiring me to share a little more, to lift the veil a little more. I kind of had thought to possibly not tell anybody until we were fully ready to go, but like with any good thing, you know, it's like a daddy. If you have a baby, you're proud to show off the baby, and more important, you want to put the baby to water. You want to, you want to make it navigate, and that is exactly what we're doing. So we'll see you in Facebook. We'll see you in our Skype group, and there we go. Renana says, and it's a good time for a good explanation of the new opportunity. Well, guess what, Renana? It's common. I hope this video will help. Let me shut off the video. I'll upload it to YouTube and make it available.